All right. Well, we are live. Now we're just going to wait for people to join us. Welcome, everybody. We have some people already on Facebook, I believe. Yes, we're monitoring both. Welcome to those of you who are joining us on Facebook. And we're going to give a few minutes to allow everybody to join us on our Zoom as well. So today we are having a wonderful conversation about succeeding in the Collat School of Business. And we are joined by Andrea Pound, Director of Freshman Success. So let's just give a few more minutes. Andrea, are you okay with that? Just waiting a few more minutes.
For sure.
I see some people joining us on Facebook.
Absolutely.
And we're just going to wait for a few more people, hopefully, to join us on our Zoom. And we hope everybody has had enough of time to join. And just to remind everybody, again, welcome. Today is our webinar on succeeding in the Collat School of Business. And this is a series of webinars. We've already had 5 previous webinars. We've had One Stop and Financial Aid. We have had Tech Connect. We have had one from the School of Nursing, Student Disabilities and Support Services. And today we have, again, succeeding in the Collat School of Business. So thank you again for joining us. We are waiting, but I guess we can go ahead and start. Andrea, and again, Andrea Pound is Director of Freshman Success at the Collat School of Business. So Andrea, it's all yours.
Awesome. Hello, welcome everyone. I'm so glad that you have joined us either through Facebook Live or if you see this late at a later time. So today my goal is to cover just a few things. So I want to talk about why a Director of Freshman Success, why not just call myself the academic advisor. I'm going to go over 4 strategies that we think are important for freshman business majors. I'm going to recommend 3 items that students should do before starting classes in August. And then we'll discuss some graduation planning and why that's important for first-year students. So first, as I mentioned, and as Carmen mentioned, my title is the Director of Freshman Success for the UAB Collat School of Business. So why this position? Why did we do it this way? Well, I am the academic advisor for all business majors in their first year at UAB. If they're a business major, I am listed as their academic advisor. So I'm also the person that we hope that they will trust, come to all questions and concerns. And if I don't know the answer, I try really hard to get that answer to them. So one of the main reasons we went this direction is for consistency in messaging. So I use an intrusive approach to advising with these students. And what that means is it's more of a proactive approach. I work really hard to build relationships and connections with the students before any issues come. I begin building the relationships in the beginning, so I already have a connection, and then they feel comfortable coming to me. Again, one person, one consistent message, and somebody they can come to. So the whole purpose of this is to support students from the beginning so that we can tackle any issues that could arise before it prevents them from persisting to the next semester or progressing to graduation. So I really want to help them progress toward graduation and, of course, toward a career. And so this approach we just felt was very important in order to help students have a smoother transition from high school to college, but also the college classroom. Things come up and it is a little different. So I will begin and talk about the strategies that I discussed. So these are going to sound like maybe they're common sense strategies, but I really think that they really work really for any freshman, any first term student, but specifically when I'm talking about business majors. So students should first take advantage of opportunities that are provided to them. Network, network, network. It's going to be important throughout their time in college, but also in their career. So we want students to learn to network from day one. And that doesn't mean your introverted child needs to learn to turn cartwheels when they meet people. That's not the point. But we want students to feel comfortable introducing themselves, saying hello, and having a conversation. So we have lots of opportunities for students to do that. Number 2, use the resources provided to them. So your child is going to have so many resources, but they are going to have so many people telling them about them. So it is hard to keep them straight. But if you can remind them about the Collat Tutor Lab, which is located right in our office, right in the Welcome Center beside my office in the Collat School of Business building, room 155. It's one of the first things they're going to see when they come into our building. Also, take advantage, use the resources of the faculty meet and greets and any student success workshops. So I will have not only the Collat Tutor Lab and faculty meet and greets there, and also opportunities for students to meet the tutors, which are current business students that have taken the classes and performed well in the classes that they're tutoring, but we'll have faculty meet and greet so they can come down. Also in the commons area of the Collat School of Business, I've been known to have coffee breaks where faculty come down and invite students to have coffee, have a bagel, and chat about majors, careers, or just questions about the industry that they're teaching about, to give students a good time to not feel quite as intimidated in the classroom, but in other opportunities to talk with the faculty. But also attend student success workshops. We have a seminar series in the School of Business called Collat Student Success. These seminars and workshops focus on the things that students tell me that they want to learn about, or that we think will be important for them to know, especially in their first year. We do workshops in time management, which is a highly requested workshop. But this year, we're going to do one on test anxiety. We've had a lot of students come to us that say they need to learn how to take tests better. So we have asked that someone from counseling and wellness to come over and do a test anxiety. How can you get past that and learn, more importantly, how to deal with that and what you can do to help with that. Other workshops are how to talk to a faculty member, how to start a conversation with someone you don't know. There's so many different workshops that we offer. And then if a student tells me, you know what, or a group of students, I'd like a workshop on budgeting for my first year in college, we're going to offer that workshop. I work really hard to try to give the students what they tell me they'd like to hear about. So number 3, and this is an important one, and it seems so strange that I have to remind students, but get enough sleep and remind them to eat. This balance is so important. You go into class, and if you're exhausted or you're hungry, it's going to be hard to pay attention. So think about that. And I'll tell you, if students have trouble and they need to talk to me about getting food or finding those opportunities, please have them come talk to me. Again, lots of resources on campus that we can help them, but that will help them be more successful in the classroom. And number 4 strategy, remember that the first year is about figuring out how to study, how to meet new people, and to balance everything that I've said in the first 3 strategies. So oftentimes I remind students the first year academically is not necessarily the most difficult part. Sometimes a lot of the classes that our students are going to have are going to be refreshers or reminders of what they've had before. But the tough part is going to be helping them figure out sometimes new ways to study, new things, new ways to take notes, new ways to maybe organize their notes, because maybe they're learning to learn versus memorizing. And so that can be a struggle for new students. Also, meeting new people. Oftentimes students come to college and this is the first time they've not had the same friend group or the same group of people that they've hung out with for 10 years, or since elementary school. Reach out to new people. talk to people in your classes, make a friend in every class, and then tell them balance is everything. Remind them to try to balance everything. And if they have trouble with that, have them talk to you about it. Talk to me about it. Talk to somebody they trust about it. But we can help them find ways to take advantage of the, like I said, the resources they have so that they can do all the things that I've listed, the opportunities to network, the resources, the tutor lab and the faculty meet and greets, the sleeping and the eating, and then remembering how to balance all that and in between. So next up, I have some important reminders, and these are reminders that holds up lots of our students. It's typically the 3 top things that keep students, business students, from registering for their second semester. So that spring term. And they're ones that people are shocked by. Number 1, and I usually have several students in this category, having your final high school transcript sent to UAB. Students apply to universities in their senior year, but all universities need a final high school transcript showing that that student graduated from high school. So I would encourage your student to go ahead and get in touch with the high school, go to the high school transcript system that their high school used. Parchment is a popular one, something like that, and make sure that a final high school transcript has been sent to UAB showing that they graduated. It's really worth the double check to make sure that they've done that. If they need more questions about that, they can always reach out to their UAB admissions counselor for more information. Next is immunization records. It is so easy to forget to do that in everything that we have going on, getting our students ready to come to college. Uploading those immunization records to the UAB Student Health and Wellness Patient Portal is so important. And if you wait to do it, sometimes it gets forgotten and a hold gets on the record and they're not able to move to that next semester until that's done. So it's pretty simple. Go to the UAB Student Health and Wellness website, click on the patient portal link. The student enters their Blazer ID and password, and they should be able to upload their immunization records. If they have questions about the vaccines that they need to receive or anything having to do with that, they can always communicate with UAB Student Health and Wellness through that patient portal. It's my understanding that that's the easiest way to communicate because someone's always checking that. And at the beginning of the year, when phones are ringing and people are coming in, that really does seem to be the best way to do that. And next, and this is a really important one, and I have reminded all the students that have already been through orientation, and I'm going to remind them when for the July orientations and that final August orientation. But your child really needs to think about a financial plan. Think about how college is being paid for. A lot of times the kids just don't understand how much college costs and what the breakdown is of that college tuition, room, board, all the direct costs and out-of-pocket expenses. So talk with your child about the cost of college so that they have a financial plan moving forward. And that financial plan may be make sure to apply for the FAFSA every year and accept their loans or grants or scholarships. Or it could be a number of things, but definitely do that. Then ask your child about the graduation planning folder that they received at orientation or will receive at orientation. It is a folder that has lots of information about freshman, sophomore year, things to do to network, to build a resume, and to make the transition an easy one to move to your junior, senior year when you're really focusing on career, interviews and things to do that. But there's lots of hints and tips there for students to take advantage of. And I've asked them, and I will ask them if they've not been through orientation, to talk with us about their parents or caregivers so that they can look at this folder and also help them to remember, hey, have you talked to Collat Career Services, or have you gone to a student success workshop? So ask them about the graduation planning folder that they received or will receive at orientation. And I have told each of them, if their parents wanted to request an additional folder, I will provide them an additional folder for their parents if they'd like one. And another reminder that I think is really, really important that will help with those three things that are, holding students back sometimes, and that is our college readiness program. For the first time, we're offering a program called Business Bound. It is specifically for incoming business majors. It is August 15th through the 18th. It's the week before classes start. There's a lot of things going on that week for students. I know that. I'm going to be as flexible as I can for those students who want to participate in some of the things going on that week. But Business Bound is, I think, going to be very important. It will have students will have an opportunity to meet faculty, to talk with their business peer mentor. Those are current business students that are matched with your freshmen at orientation, so that they have somebody that's a current student to talk with throughout the summer term and fall term. Their business peer mentors will take them and help them find their classes before classes start. You'll have faculty talking about the importance of attending classes. Students will learn test taking strategies and hear from their Business 101 professor before those classes start. And they'll also have the opportunity to move on to campus early. And so the deadline for that to register is August 1st. However, if a student registers by July 15th, it will be one cost, and then after July 15th, it will be a little bit more expensive. And the reason for this is when planning for all the things that go on with having a program. So if students go ahead and register this week, they will get the early bird discount if they go ahead and register, and it's called Business Bound. Every single incoming student who is signed up for orientation received a postcard in the mail. They also have gotten reminders. We have lots of students who have already registered, so it's going to be a really good time to have students feel better about what it is they're doing when they come to school, making the transition smoother, but also having them find their classes, meet people, and really feel a little more comfortable before they start classes. If you have any questions about that, I definitely encourage you to have your child check their emails, but also look in the mail, because everybody should have received a postcard in the mail. So other reminders. So again, remind your child about the resources available to them. There's so many resources available to them. I know that there have been webinars from some of these offices, but UAB One-Stop Student Services, they truly are a one-stop office where students can find out information about their bill. They can ask about their UAB One card. They can ask about their student account. So many resources that they can provide, and they are located on the first floor of the Hill Student Center. Also, UAB Collat Freshman Success should be a good resource for your students. If you have questions about the School of Business, I will be glad to talk to parents as well. I can't talk about students' academic progress or our students specifically, but I can answer questions in general terms, and I'm glad to help parents by answering questions. Also, our UAB Collat Career Services. We have our own Career Services office located in the Collat School of Business building. It is the first suite that you will come to when the students come into the Welcome Center. So it is going to be a resource that every student should start learning to be engaged with from the second that they start classes their freshman year. That is important so that they know that they can take every opportunity given to them to meet industry professionals, to be a part of resume workshops, learn interview skills, and all the things that come with that. We also have the business peer mentors. I mentioned those earlier. Business peer mentors are current business students, typically are sophomores and juniors, so they've already been through their first year, and they are really there to help students succeed and answer questions. They definitely can tell them what it's like sitting in a classroom and learning and what all that entails. And they can help them with questions about engagement and how to be involved in things in their first year. And then finally, I mentioned the Collat Tutor Lab. The Collat Tutor Lab is in the Welcome Center in the Collat School of Business. And our tutors are students who have taken classes and been successful in them. They come in and they can work with students on really our more analytical business classes, but also study skills, helping a student organize their notes, helping students learn how to study differently, as I mentioned before. Students can make appointments, and I will show students how to do that is when they're here for Business Bound, but also in their Business 101 class. And I will also, they can also do walk-in. So if they have come from a class and they are really confused, I encourage the students to come into our Collat Tutor Lab immediately and start figuring out what concepts that they may be missing. And then finally, I am here if they need me or if you need me. So have students reach out to me. If they have any questions or concerns, they can always come to me. So here is my information that I wanted to leave up here so that you can write down my name. My office number is in the Collat School of Business Building, room 155, and that is the Collat Welcome Center. And then my email address. Please feel free to reach out with any questions or anything or anything that your student or you may need. Carmen, have you seen any questions come up?
Nope. And I've been monitoring both our Facebook and our Zoom. So I just want to remind while people get their questions ready, I think wonderful information was provided today. Lots of opportunities. I love the part about doing things in a timely manner. So take care of those insurance information and any questions that you have. Send them over when they're fresh on your mind. You know, yes. Sometimes we wait to try to find the answer and then we don't even remember what the question may have been. So yes. Please make sure that you can send your questions. Here's Andrea's contact information. You also can send questions right now through our Q&A here on Zoom or through Facebook. I see some people on Facebook.
I see one question, Carmen, I want to answer about Business Bound. Somebody had asked about could their student participate if they're not living on campus? And absolutely, we want students to be able to participate whether they're living on campus or not. I know that freshmen are required to live on campus their first year. So that's why, I've said they can move on early. But if there is something and they are living at home or somewhere else their first year, they are more than welcome to attend. The registration cost is $50 by July 15th. After July 15th is $70. So we really are hoping students will register for Business Bound beforehand. And they got a postcard in the mail. I don't know if you can see it. It looks similar to this. So love for students to be able to look for that.
So yes, be on the lookout for that postcard and remind your student to register early, as Andrea said. And thank you for that reminder that even if students are living off campus, they can participate in this. That is very important. So if you have any other questions, you still have a few more minutes when you can submit your questions, and Andrea will be glad to answer your questions right now. While we wait for some of those questions, remember this week we have a lot of other webinars coming up. We have one from Student Counseling Services. We have one from Wellness Promotion. Of course, we had this one today. And so we have one from Tutoring Services through VMask. which you mentioned how important that is to have support and to find different areas of support. Sometimes we forget that during the first year, a lot of those connections and a lot of that transition time is very important. So
Absolutely.
please make sure that you join, you register, you received an invitation through the Family Hub. And I keep monitoring, but I am not seeing any questions. So
Okay.
again, if you have any questions after our session is over today, remember you can go back and watch this recorded on Facebook. And then within about a week, you'll be able to see it on our website. If you've missed any of the previous webinars, you can go into our website, uab.edu/families, and go into the communications tab. And then you will be able to see in the 2023 webinars, all the webinars we've already had. So there's time for you to watch those webinars. Please let us know at the Office of Family Engagement. Send us an email, families@uab.edu, if you have any questions, and we will be glad to help you find the answers or guide you to the person who may be able to help you the most. So Andrea, thank you for being here today. And again, this year, this is a great partnership that we have with Collat and family members. We are here to help you and join you in this journey. We look forward to seeing you and your students in about a month, a little bit over a month. But let us know if we can help you in any way. And again, Andrea, thank you. And everybody have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.